Hi everyone, the Power BI DataViz World Championships 2026 are officially here. Whether you're actively planning to compete, considering to participate, or you just want to level up your Power BI accessibility skills, this video is for you. My name is Karin and I participated in my first Power BI DataViz contest just a few months ago. And honestly, it was a massive learning experience. Since then, I spent a lot of time digging into past challenges, analyzing the judging criteria, and studying accessibility best practices. And I really learned a lot of things I wish I had known before my first contest. That's why I'm making this video, to share those lessons and hopefully save you from making some of the same mistakes that I made. Looking back at my first contest submission, accessibility was the area where I misunderstood things the most, especially when it came to alt texts. This video is a practical add-on to my article about alt texts, which you can find in the Fabric community forum. Link in the description below. In the article, I explain what alt text is, why it matters, and how to write good alt texts, not only in the context of DataViz contests. In this video, we're doing something slightly different. I want to show you what actually happens when a screen reader interacts with a Power BI report. Because once you hear it, many of the accessibility rules suddenly make much more sense. Today, we'll take a quick look at how you can test your own reports with NVDA, and most importantly, what a screen reader actually sees and what it completely misses. Let's get started. There are many screen readers out there, both paid and free. For Windows users, NVDA is one of the most common options. It's free, widely used, and works with Power BI. So it's a great place to start when you want to test your own reports. So let's switch over to Power BI and let the screen reader speak for itself. I've already prepared a very basic Power BI report with different elements like a bookmark navigation, shape with text, a text box with text, individual bar charts, and grouped elements. As you can tell by the titles, some of the elements on our page already have alt text assigned to them, while others don't. Now let's take a look at how NVDA interacts with our different items. I prepared the elements with the correct tab order, so we can navigate through the report purely with our keyboard if needed. The first element we're going to take a look at is a shape with text assigned to it. So you can see here, the title is Shape with Text, no alt text. And we currently don't have any alt text assigned to it. The text is purely via the text style option. Let's navigate from our bookmark navigation to our shape to see whether NVDA will read this text.
Shape with text, no alt text graphic.
Even if I hover with the mouse over the text, nothing is being read because NVDA interprets the item as a graphic.
Power BI report region.
Now let's check out what it does with a text box without any alt text.
Table, text box without alt text column 2, text box without alt text toggle button not pressed, pressed.
As you can see, we have here a text box with text inside of it, and also no alt text assigned to it. I will select again our navigation and now navigate to our text box via the tab order.
Text box, without alt text grouping.
It recognized that it's a text box and it read the title of the text box, but it still could not read the text inside of our text box. Only if I hover with the mouse over the text box, it will actually read the text inside of it.
This page contains two identical bar charts. The left one contains no alt text, the right one an alt text following our formula.
This is already slightly better, but it still requires a user to be able to actually see the page so they can find the element with their mouse, otherwise they will not be able to read any of the text inside of it. Now let's take a look at a text box with actually properly set alt text. First I will select our bookmark navigation so we can then jump via the tab order to our text box.
Text box, with alt text. This is the alt text for the text box. I would have expected that NVDA would know that it needs to read the text automatically, but as you see, that assumption was wrong grouping.
This time it actually read the alt text I assigned to it, but it still did not read the text inside of the text box. It will read the content of the text box if I hover with the mouse over it.
Application Power BI. This page contains two identical bar charts. The left one contains no alt text, the right one an alt text following our formula.
But users that need to rely on the tab order to navigate still would not be able to actually hear any of the text unless you assign a proper alt text. Let's take a look at the two bar charts at the bottom. As the titles say, the left one doesn't have any alt text set, while the right one has a proper alt text as explained inside of my article. First, let's jump to our text box and then navigate via tab order to the left bar chart.
No alt text total sales by year grouping.
So as you could hear, Power BI could not identify the exact type of visual, and it also couldn't detect any of the text inside of it beyond the actual title and subtitle. If I move the mouse now on any of the bars inside of a bar chart, Power BI will actually read out the content of the tooltip instead of analyzing the full visual as it is.
Year 2025, total sales $772,949.
This shows that it's important to use proper titles inside of your tooltips, so both regular users and users relying on screen readers can understand what your tooltip is actually showing. Now, let's navigate to the second bar chart, which actually has a proper alt text assigned to it.
No alt text. With alt text total sales by year bar chart showing total sales by year for 2024 and 2025. Sales increased slightly from $0.74 million in 2024 to $0.77 million in 2025. Grouping.
I don't know about you, but I personally would definitely prefer to hear that over the example from earlier. As you can see, this was the alt text that I set inside of the visual. In this case, I used a static alt text, but it would read the same way if you would use a dynamic one. Now, let's look at one more example. What happens if I actually group these items together? I prepared a group that contains a shape with text for the group title, and we still have the same bar charts from earlier. So the left one without any alt text, the right one with the alt text.
Navigation landmark 7. Tree view clickable expanded level 1 7 group 1 button expanded. Expanded.
In the tab order, we can see that the whole group is visible, including the items inside of the group. I must admit, I'm still a beginner at navigating a Power BI report via the tab order, but I still could not find any way to actually access the items inside of the group via the tab order and get them read out. If I first select the bookmark navigation and then jump via tab order to the group below, the only thing that will be recognized will be that it's a whole group of items.
Application. Power BI report region. 3 items grouping.
This shows that it's especially important to use proper alt text if you use grouping inside of your report. I hope this video helped you see Power BI through the eyes of a screen reader and showed you why alt text makes such a big difference. Good luck if you're thinking about joining the Power BI DataViz World Championships. And don't be scared to join the contest. Even if you don't win, you will learn so much and it will be absolutely worth the experience. The full article is linked in the description below, and if you found this video or my article helpful, I would really appreciate if you like it, share it, and pass it on to someone who might benefit from it. I hope to see you soon.